Photographers are like lab rats. They work for food. They walk around in hopes to get a reward. They're often killed when they're not needed anymore. Doesn't make them bad people, but I don't know, it's hard to argue against it. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to help them when 10 of them come for help. I got your back, even though you're a rat about to be ended because you're not useful to society.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So it's been a while since we've done a little Q&A. I've been waiting for y'all, just waiting for something good to latch onto. Same questions over and over again. If you haven't realized, I have a playlist of like 25 of these videos. Go watch them first, and then if your question wasn't answered, you have my time, valuable time here. Sorry for the noise. There's a fan. The guy's painting my door. It's open. We've got open society over here. People could walk by any second. Wow. We're in disgusting Sony color science standard profile, and I'm already disgusted. Was that your question? I already commented this on another video, but I'll rephrase it as a question. Do you think the 4K 60p from the a7 IV and the Sony 70-350 APS-C can be better from the Fuji X? Listen, asshole. I get this question a lot. Bro, you should try the a7 IV. Buy a full-frame camera with an APS-C lens. Even though it will only be useful in 4K 60p, any other mode, it'll have a vignette like this. Sucker. I hate you all. Yeah, it might be okay for 4K 60p. That's a boring spec. It's a boring ass spec. I prefer 120 at the least. 240. We just need better quality 240 from somebody. Make it actually 1080p instead of 480p upresed. Bullshit. But you're asking a Sony to compete with a Fuji in APS-C territory? Get real with yourself. Even if it's a full frame sensor, you're now cropped, so you're no longer that. It's Fuji. Come on, it's magic. I can't wait to go outside. As soon as my door dries, I'm out there. Have you tried using proxy files? I have never used Canon video files, but whenever I choke up a computer, I'd rather take up some time up front to convert the files to proxy files and then have smoother editing experience. Try that for 6 videos a week, dickhead. Get a real job. Try to be in this lion's den for a week. You'd cough up blood. I hate getting this suggestion, cause yeah, of course it works. When I was borrowing the R5 last year, and I was doing the 8K, I couldn't even play the thing. Thankfully, Canon's RAW codec is easier now, or something is much better. Yeah, I had to do proxies. It's such a pain in the bitch, and it creates like 400 gigabytes of files sometimes, like huge. I don't even have the space and the time it takes. Whenever people suggest to me to do stuff like this, or just stabilize in Catalyst Browse, bro, it's like hours. I want to get chop and done, quick. As soon as I get home, I make the rough cut and then boom. When it's fresh in the memory, and then it's fast. Every video I make, I edit in less than 10 minutes for the rough chop. Boom. Because I know where I made the mistakes. If I have to wait an hour or overnight, I'll never get a damn thing done. And all I know for sure, YouTubers, take 2 YouTubers, 10 million subs each. The one that does the 1 video a week will get 10 times less views than the guy doing every day, even though the 1 video was much better. YouTube don't care. So I put out bullshit often, and that's what we prefer. So everybody just give me a break for the day. Just give me 10 minutes so I can smile. My miserable life, just let me separate from that for 1 second. The 1 week, 1 video a week? Get real. Who are you helping? Nobody. Enjoy hell, where you helped no one. Yeah. Good to see you judging cameras for wildlife video and not just vlogging. Enjoyed the What do you mean not just vlogging? Vlogging is life-changing. You could have a message so inspiring, and you walk on the street. There's people back there saying, oh, look, he's vlogging. I'm in it. Hi. It's life-changing footage. Enjoyed the footage? Which system has the easiest files to edit? From all the ones you've tried, Sony, Lumix, or Fuji, Olympus, and Canon obviously have less issues. I didn't read that right. I enjoy all of them. Fuji's good, but if you go up to 4K 400 megabits per second, that's actually hard. It huffs and puffs a bit. But a lot of my problems early on, I had a bad setting in DaVinci where it would start creating these like proxies automatically or something. Like it was doing something in the background, creating huge files. And that's why things were slow. As soon as I stopped that, I can edit almost anything. Not the Canon footage ever. But Sony, easy, 4K 120p, 10-bit 422, H.265, a breeze. A breeze in the wind. It's a little struggle, but I can do two of them side by side, no problem. A little bit of a problem, but not much. Fuji was alright. Panasonic G9 I struggled on, but again, that was user error with DaVinci and its dumbness. Canon's the only one that I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, they don't know what they're doing. They're mean. They're mean with their codecs. For wildlife video on the cheap, since audio doesn't really matter that much, would you consider pairing the Fuji 70-300 and an XT200 body? You and your ideas. You and your freaks. Oh, you could do this, you science experiment freak. To get that awesome screen and lightweight portability, will you test the 1.4 teleconverter on the Fuji tele lenses? So your screen is useless. Viewfinder always. I don't think I could even use the screen anymore. I'm so used to the viewfinder now. When it's sunny, the wrong reflection, boom, that's not working, and manual focus is almost impossible to see, and it's off to the side. Nothing's right about screens. When it comes to the 1.4 converter, I've bought it. I'm just waiting for my buddy to come down here and bring it to me, because he found a deal way out in Milton or something. He was like, you want that? I was like, oh, thank you so much, my friend. So we're just waiting for him to come anytime now. He was supposed to come 2 days ago, but he didn't wake up in time because I didn't call him over and over again as an alarm clock. I have shit to do, asshole. So hopefully he brings it anytime now, and then we can test it. It'll probably suck, but it was worth thinking about. Can't wait. I have a feeling if you just crop and post 1.4 times, it's gonna look the same or better. Less shaky, better aperture, I don't know. Toniature. I'm so sorry, ton of gods. Hi, mister. What do you think about the Canon original EOS R now in 2022? A good buy for mostly pictures and maybe some experiments with video. R5 is too expensive for me. Of course, even the RP is good enough for pictures. No one cares. Pictures are stupid in 2022. Video only. Some pictures on my Instagram. Follow it. Follow it down below. Purchase the pictures somehow. I gotta be blunt here with Canon. I am not impressed with their autofocus. I thought they were all like dual pixel autofocus changed the game. It hasn't changed anything in my life other than being way less reliable than Sony. I've filmed like hundreds of hours on Sony. I have maybe 3 seconds of out of focus footage. If I'm like under a desk facing backwards, like it will never lose you. I do this shit like it doesn't latch on. Canon, like one little bump, and I was playing with settings on that R5. I tried to make it less jumpy. Sony, like it doesn't matter what setting you're in. It's either gonna be super fast or slower and smoother, but it's always really, really good. No matter what, like you almost can't mess it up. Unless you're Tony 16 and it reverts to contrast Panasonic autofocus. That's not good, but EOS R, the colors are nice, but it's only 1080p. Your slow-mo is 720p. It's not a good buy in 2022 or 2018 when it came out, but I kind of want it. I really do wish I would have pounced on that 35mm L lens. It was like $650 Canadian. I was like, damn, that's probably the best lens ever made. Don't get any RF lenses, they all suck. Hi Casey, I just got a used X-T4 with the Fringer adapter. EF to X autofocus. Battery grip used for a price I couldn't pass up on. Battery grip suck. I've got some old Canon lenses that work on it, but I'm going to buy 2 Fuji lenses for it. One wide angle for vlogging, one for talking head videos at my desk. Oh boy, you're on the wrong life path. Occasional portrait photos. What 2 lenses would you recommend? Not too concerned about the cost. I just want to get whatever performs best. Okay, you chose the wrong ass system for vlogging and talking head shit. Fuji's not good. I don't like not only their autofocus jumps and mishaps, but for some reason, auto white balance leans magenta in the face. Purple face, disease. I don't like it. So, if it was me and I was forced at gunpoint, I'm thinking 16mm 2.8. It was slightly enough ton. The autofocus is gonna suck. You'll be lost at times. It's a terrible vlogging system. There's no answers. It really isn't. But that would be it. The 16 1.4, like, it worked. It was fairly reliable. But it's heavy and it's too much ton for the vlogging. Like, GoPro 10 is your answer, retard. So sorry. 33mm 1.4 for this. Chops in a notch. I could do it. I thought I saw one 900 and I was like, no, just the wildlife. That's what Fuji does. Nothing else. Hey Casey, which among these lenses are better for vlogging? Tamron 20mm 2.8, Samyang 18mm 2.8, Viltrox 24mm 1.8. That last one was a stake in the heart. Ow. I've tried the last 2. The Viltrox was bullshit, terrible autofocus. The Samyang was okay, but it looked disgusting, not sharp, or over-sharpened but undetailed. Maybe the Tamron would be it. They'll all suck. They'll all absolutely suck. Just save up for the 20mm Sony 1.8, or I dare dream it, the baddest 18mm 2.8. 3D pop. You might not be very stable though. That could be a problem. But I want to try it. I might buy it. If I see a deal, I want to see. And then boom. Boom. Should I use 30 or 24 frames per second for vlogs? 24 is choppy. 80 shutter rule. Cinematic. You have a bunch of bullshit gear at the bottom. No one cares. Just, yeah, 24 is a little choppy if your shutter speed is also incorrect. If it's too high, then yeah, it's pure jitter, but like, who cares? I always film in 24p outside, jitter town, whatever. 30p would look better, but then you're not movie certified. So it has to be 24p for the cinema. 30 is lame. Try 60. You look like a doorknob waiting to be painted. On a budget of around $600, I'm looking for something to film my hunting, fishing, and outdoor expeditions. Already have a GoPro 10. Okay, cool, you're done. But I'm looking for something with a zoom, good lens options for B-roll, also for interviews. Yeah, for $600. Yeah, you have fun with that. G85, the still best option for us poor folk? What lens are you going to use on it for $600? You already spent more than that on the G85. I hate you all. Your option is like the Canon SX70, maybe 50 used, or the SX740, the smaller budget version of that budget piece of shit. $600. You couldn't even buy breakfast for that nowadays with the hyperinflation. Yeah. And yes, you should go hook the corner. It's obviously your only viable financial option right now. It's a good business strategy. It's not a lot of hard work. Good money. There's not a health plan. It's actually one of the least healthy things you could do, but you'll have good gear to make bullshit content. That's worth it. Oh my god, he switched to airy colors. I forgot to do it earlier. Nobody's even watching anymore. It's the last question. Hey man, I think I have a good question for you. I have the Fuji X-T3 waiting for the Fuji X-H2 to upgrade. I'm in the quest for a new lens. I don't know if I should go for the 70-300 or buy the 1.4 teleconverter for the 50-140 to 2.8. Mixed usage photo and video. I think that's bullshit. The 140 is going to give you like less than 200 with that converter. then you jump up to a Tony 4, and it'll be heavy and probably shakier. I say sell that lens for really cheap. Get a 70 to 300. You're good to go. I have no idea what you want to shoot, but I like the 70 to 300. It sucks compared to my 100 to 400. I am going to sell it immediately. But for you, with lesser standards, you could survive it and get the 1.4 converter because you think you'll reach the 100 to 400 with the 420, but it'll be so much softer. You'll have to stab your gut with a potato knife. That made no sense. I'm gonna leave. How you doing? Thumbing up the video? I helped you. That's why you're thumbing it up. A lot of help. Good audio today with the fan running in the background. I don't mind it. How you doing? Which color science was better? Log with airy colors, or that loser talking to you, giving you terrible advice, over contrasty, overexposed, doesn't even know how to expose a standard profile, 70% zebras on 20% of his face. What a loser. Subscribe. Do it.